What's your case?
This is Jim Carrey in Liar Liar. But this is also Jim Carrey, this time in Eternal Sunshine.
I mean, how many hair colors could there be? 50 maybe.
Someone's got.
Jim Carrey has starred in a lot of movies, at least 45 of them, which has led him to have a lot of range as an actor. How does he have such a large range? From interviews, Jim Carrey has been very passionate about his acting choices. He consistently uses improv and his own feelings to create characters that resonate with the audience. His beliefs in identity and vulnerability in his improv makes him effective in both the comedy and drama genres. Improv creates a sense of vulnerability, which allows him to let loose and perform silly and expressive roles, while also allowing him to be free enough to bring forth raw emotion in his more dramatic roles. Jim Carrey is best known for his early work in the 90s, for films like The Mask, Dumb and Dumber,
Carrey? What?
Ventura,
Go in there!
earning multiple awards.
The winner is... Who is it? Oh, it's that damn Jim Carrey for Dumb and Dumber.
But by the late 90s and early 2000s, he started shifting toward more dramatic roles. This transition was made possible through Jim Carrey's personal experiences in acting and his life. In a Tough interview, Carrey talks about this change.
You know, Jim Carrey was a less intentional character,
Right.
because I thought I was just building something that people would like, but it was a character, you know, so it's, you know, I played the guy that was free from concern so that people who watched me would be free from concern.
In a different video titled A Broken Genius, he goes in a little bit deeper.
Every trauma, and I could, you know, build a ladder to the stars with the things that have happened or the things that I've had to endure, but they've all turned into something really creative.
And later in that same video,
I've only ever been disappointed when I wasn't authentic, when I had reached for something that was not based in some authenticity, even if it's a wildly animated character.
What did that
if it
look
isn't
like?
based in some sort of reality, that's when I feel really uncomfortable, when I'm on a track that isn't authentic. I've never been disappointed, ever, with authenticity. Right.
Jim Carrey's identity and true self influence his characters on screen. You can see it most clearly in the moments where he breaks from the script and leans more on improv. Take Liar Liar as an example.
Your Honor, I object.
You would!
Bastard!
In the courtroom scene, he plays a lawyer who lies constantly, but is suddenly forced to tell the truth. At the end of the movie, there's a blooper from that scene showing him improving, making his co-stars break character.
Now let's see. Weight, 105? Yeah, in your bra.
Your Honor, I object.
You would!
Overactor!
Shut up!
From an academic standpoint, an article by Mirzovich demonstrates that acting is not merely about reciting memorized lines, but about feeling them deeply, understanding them, and fully embodying the character. In this process, the actor's skill, psychological state, and creative approach play a central role. In the film Man on the Moon, Jim Carrey used method acting to perform the likeness of the real Andy Kaufman.
Is this an island of cat?
The comedian
Are you gonna be
Andy
a citizen
Kaufman
here?
played a character, Tony Clifton, that wasn't revealed to be him until his death. In this scene, Jim Carrey is essentially using method acting to play both Kaufman and Clifton. A documentary titled Jim and Andy: The Great Beyond explores and showcases Jim Carrey's immersive and obsessive process of embodying comedian Andy Kaufman while filming. According to it, Jim Carrey never showed up for work. Rather, he showed up as either Andy Kaufman or Andy's tiresome alter ego, Tony Clifton.
This is a no taxi theme song.
Moving on to Jim Carrey's dramatic roles, he also uses improv to display his identity and his characters. The Truman Show is about a man who has been recorded in a TV show his whole life without him knowing. He slowly realizes the truth in the film. In The Truman Show, Jim Carrey draws with soap on the mirror, which was improv. In an article by Vanity Fair, the director of The Truman Show, Weir looks back on that scene and how he worked with Jim. The article states, Weir started out in sketch comedy and drew on that background as he and Carrey began brainstorming ideas for Truman. They imagined that Truman probably had a hidden camera in his bathroom. I'd been drawing character costumes with soap on the mirror that you could fit yourself into like a pirate and a spaceman, said Carrey. Weir ended up recycling the bit for the film.
It was like there's a whole wall of mirror in my bathroom. Right. Of course.
Another example of improv was in Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Eternal Sunshine is about a young couple who, after breaking up, decide to erase their memories of one another. However, they realize that they care about each other and don't want their memories to fade away. In the circus scene and the row, row, row your boat scene, Carrey uses improv to give his character an emotionally resonant performance.
And she disappeared.
In this interview, Jim takes us behind the scenes of what happened during the circus scene.
He's really looking for Kate because he didn't finish.
I actually said Kate.
Yeah,
that's right.
And he looked so lost. You look so lost because you didn't have time to do the elephant trick, and she was gone. And we use this look in the film.
I know,
and
it's beautiful.
It's so sad because you're like looking for Kate, and she didn't let you finish your moment.
So what he's trying to say is he tricked me into a good performance.
Jim Carrey was trained in improv, which allows him to be humanized and funny, which also works with drama, because it makes him feel real to us as the audience. There's also an intimacy between him and the character for the audience, which makes it feel like they're one. In an article titled Jim Carrey Aims for Grown-Up Acting in Eternal Sunshine, the author argues that Carrey was stepping outside his comic box, heading into uncharted Oscar bait territory. Some critics think he's become too close to his characters, which leads to no separation between the actor and the character. This is prevalent in his choice to method act for his role as Andy Kaufman. Although, as previously mentioned, many critics claim that the closeness between himself and his characters may be a weakness that cost him an Oscar, we believe that this is his strength. His ability to find himself through the characters and their own expressiveness and humor is what makes his characters, and his acting, so convincing. Finally,
in case I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Yeah.